Good morning. Wednesday morning, heading to Powtoon HQ in Tel Aviv for the day. They just announced that they were accepted into the finals of the IBM Watson competition for AI. So that's incredible. Signed a deal with YouTube, signed a deal with Adobe, signed a deal with Microsoft. That's all in the last couple of months. I told you there's a lot of things going on with this company and a lot more to come. Stay tuned for that. Let's do this. To Tel Aviv bright and early. A ridiculous amount of traffic, but I left early enough, so I got amazing parking. A couple of thoughts on communication. I've talked extensively in the past about my despise of phone calls. Phone calls are inefficient. You message someone, they can respond when they're ready. You call someone, they have to stop what they're doing and answer you because you're ready to talk. Doesn't mean they're ready to talk. But if you must call someone, and I'm not talking about good friends and family, I'm talking about business. If you must call someone, for the love of God, start the call with, "Is now a good time?" Don't assume just because you're free to talk, they're free to talk. That's all. Off to Powtoon. Bright and early. Have you had coffee yet?
No.
You have not. So this is pre-coffee.
This is pre-coffee eyes, you see?
Pre-coffee eyes, pre-coffee vlogging here. But I didn't really ask you. I didn't really tell you what we're about to talk about. I didn't really just turn on the camera. What are your thoughts on phone calls?
What do you mean, phone calls?
I don't know. Do you like phone calls?
Well, I'm very different than other people.
Tell me. I want to hear you.
I love phone calls.
Pitch me on phone calls.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is going to be such a good.
I love phone calls
right now.
because, first of all, okay, so I'm dyslexic. But even more than that, there's been a million times where
you have to pull that card on me?
I'm saying, yeah, I'm pulling it out. I'm saying there's disabilities out there. No, but I'm saying that the reason that I'm really into phone calls is because you can never understand what text means. There's no tone of voice.
Nuance, no emotion.
Yeah, there's no emotion, no nothing. And then I get emails from people, and I literally turn to my wife and I go, "What does this mean? Is this like they're spitting at me, right? This is them going, I hate you." And she goes, No. This is, you're just reading it wrong. And I'm like,
okay, all right, fine. All right, so let's just take a step back here. Let me tell you why I despise phone calls, and then let me tell you where I'm going with this.
Okay.
When I'm working, imagine the following scenario. I'm working. You decide you want to talk to me because you want to know where's the best steak in Tel Aviv. Okay?
Okay.
Now again, I'm not talking about something that's super urgent, timely, or good friends. That's something else. But let's say you have a stupid, annoying, unimportant question that you need to ask me. I'm in the middle of working.
yeah.
You text me. I can then continue working and respond to you in 5 minutes when I'm done working, or in 10 minutes, or whenever I decide that I now have the time to respond to that unimportant question.
Okay.
But if you call me, what you're saying is, listen, Hillel, I know that you're working, but I need to know where the best steak in Tel Aviv is right now. Therefore, my time is more important than your time. It is literally stealing someone's time.
I think it's, yeah, but that's a very, one word answer, kind of question. What's the best place to get steak? And you go, this or this and this.
Oh, it's not about that. But imagine if there were 80 other people like you who say, well, I'll just pick up the phone and call Hillel. By the way, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying, forget me. I'm not saying me. I'm saying in general. I'm talking about business etiquette right now.
Okay, so wait, I have one for you then.
Yes.
Tell me, I live by this, and I'm pretty sure you do. Meeting people, right? You always turn around and say, let's meet, because who knows what will come out of it. Just meeting someone new, it's an opportunity. Every single time I talk to someone, I learn something new that's a new opportunity, new thing. So,
okay,
if someone calls about a steakhouse, who knows where that goes?
No, but okay. But
I do know that there's limited resources of time.
You won't really meet any single person who wants to meet you. It has to make somewhat. I've met people that had no sense and it led to things. I agree. But you also have to think about your focus and your priorities and things like that. And at the end of the day, the same exact result could have been achieved by sending me a message, and I will respond on my time. By calling me, you are making me stop what I'm doing and focus on your time, which leads me to a much more important point. Phone call was the segue into something much more important. Mm-hmm. Know your audience. Meaning, a person calls you, they're saying, my time is more important than your time. What you should be thinking about is the person you're speaking to, his time or her time. And that means you're thinking about you over your quote-unquote audience. And that is a much more important discussion, which is in marketing, right? Know your audience. So for example, someone adds you on LinkedIn. They add you on LinkedIn and then they send you a sales pitch right away. Why do they do that? Because they have needs. Their needs are to sell. What they should have been thinking of is your needs.
Cool, I agree with that. But there's also like a whole other aspect to this. Hillel, you specifically, when people call you, well, not for steakhouse, but if I called you, it's because your 2 or 3 words, your couple of sentences is going to help propel me forward in such a massive way, right? So
I pay him for PR. Your check is in the mail.
No, but the concept is that there are people out there like you that when you call, it's about getting just those little diamonds that you say, okay, now I can base off of this and I can do amazing things. I've had conversations with you that have been, a minute or 2 in between stuff, and I've had like a lunch with you, and even a minute with you, sometimes you say something that goes, oh, I can change my life with this.
I'll take it, and I appreciate that. But again, we're not talking about me and you here because we're good friends and you can call me anytime. I'm saying in general, business etiquette. I'll give you, by the way, speaking of business etiquette.
No, that's why I start every conversation with, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm catching you the wrong time. Would you like me to call you back? And it's very weird. It's because my dad is a business person.
I'll show you what I just said into the camera 5 minutes ago.
Really?
I said, if you're going to call someone, start with, is now a good time.
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
perfect. Great.
That's right. No, that's right. That etiquette has disappeared from the world, and it's something that we need to bring back, where it's like, you need to be considerate to the fact that this person is probably,
Think of this person, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me tell you what happened to me last night.
Okay.
And not only did it happen to me last night, but the person I was complaining to, who was sitting next to me when it happened, said to me, "You're making a bigger deal than it is." And I don't know if this is gonna offend you as much as it offended me, but I went berserk.
Okay.
I'm sitting in a meeting. Mm-hmm. I get added. I kid you not, by the way. I get added to a Facebook Messenger group from someone I do not know, introducing me to someone I do not know, telling me you guys need to meet without any context. I do not know why I need to meet him. I do not know who this person is, nor do I know the person introduced me is. And this was done over Facebook Messenger, not email, without me asking, without my permission, totally opted me into a Facebook Messenger group to make a business introduction without any context or any permission.
Okay, so you're right.
Scale from 1 to 10.
In business, that's unbelievably annoying. Yes.
My God.
On the other hand, that's how I introduced my brother to his wife.
Okay, but that's personal. That's a different story. And it's your brother.
I know that sounds weird, but that's what the thing. I opened the chat. I put them both. I said, "You guys need to meet," and then I deleted myself in the chat.
Okay, so again,
but I'm just saying, I get it. Business etiquette.
That's a crazy school story, by the way. But the person I was sitting was like, "What's the big deal?" I'm like, "Let me explain something to you. If 80 other or 90 other people a day did what that person just did, I would be." Because think about it. What happened after we made that introduction? I just started getting bombarded with notifications. People I don't even know.
Yeah, but even more than that, now you need to do the work to figure out what it is that they wanted from you.
So
you need
annoying.
to contact that person and say, "What is this all about?" And all that stuff.
Oh, contextless intros
I
are
agree
the
with you
worst.
completely.
The worst. Okay, since we've been talking now for 6 minutes, which is already approaching the point that Joseph's going to tell me to shorten my interviews. Okay. Who the heck are you?
Wow, I'm Jonathan Kahn. Wow, how do you do that in a short thing? I'm Jonathan Kahn. I'm a creative, ball of energy. I don't know what to say.
Stop. First of all, I like that creative ball of energy.
I think that's what Éli called it.
I mean, let's just call it.
That was how he introduced me. He's like, Jonathan's the creative core of energy, and we need to direct him into the directions we want him to.
Love it. Okay, so we're both working in, let's call it advisory, part-time situation roles at Powtoon, helping this company continue their rocket ship. I mean, this is a company, like I said earlier today, that has signed just the last 2 months, has collaborated with IBM, with Microsoft, with Adobe, with Google, with YouTube. I mean, it's a crazy company, insane numbers. We've talked about this.
It's really crazy because it's viral. That's it. Like the marketing efforts have only started, I think, recently, really pushing, and it was people love this product, which is crazy.
Right. So, but let's talk about you for 1 second. You're here now. Give me a little background. Where were you before? What's your deal?
Oh my God. So
by the way, again, just to be very clear, 8:50 in the morning, pre-coffee. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So 2 years at Wix. Went out, started doing I've been 10 years in marketing and creative. I started from graphic design and I moved on into all kinds of advisory and art director positions and stuff like that. And then at one point after art director, people started making up titles for me. So I was a marketing hacker at Wix.
Marketing hacker?
Yeah, it's basically like wild card. It's this guy who has a totally different perspective. Yeah, and it's kind of like a weird position. It's like we put him in the draw. He comes up with whatever light creatives for people, whatever they need. And then when we really need him, we pull him out of the draw and we go, figure that out. So like, for example, Super Bowl comes around. They did the ad. They had no idea what to do on socials. They walked into my room and go, give us ideas. So then I come up with as many ideas as possible, and about 2 hours later, I presented 105 different concepts for what we could do on social with Super Bowl campaign.
Wild. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so if somebody's watching this, an entrepreneur is watching this, or a CEO, or anybody who needs more creativity or creative juices in their organization, what's the best way to contact you or learn more about your work?
Well, I'm it's Jonathan at something else, which is kind of like that's the name of my company. It's a weird thing, yeah. So it's something el.se, which is like the domain. explain.
That's super cool.
Yeah, if someone asked me, what is it that people hire you for? Why do they want you? And I said, because I give them something else. It's not just the average creative, it's
So
marketing. and all that
Jonathan,
stuff.
Jonathan,
Yeah, at something else.
el.se.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Contact the guy.
Sweet.
Dude, let's go have coffee, man.
Cool, let's do
Thanks
this.
for the early morning interview.
Ooh.
Coffee. Grabbing some burgers with the boys. Who are you?
Brian Spivak.
Kenny Braun.
Jonathan Kahn!
Look at these good-looking guys. Lunch has arrived. Sit down. How was the burger? How was the burger?
Amazing.
Let me tell you what food coma looks like. There's people in every organization. There's people at the front, there's people at the back, there's people that get stuff done. There's people that just drive business forward. That's how I view your role in this organization. I mean, besides the fact that you founded this company, you're the guy that makes it happen. Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Éli Zaturanski.
All right, so let's start from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Background.
My background.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Where did it start?
Start wherever you want.
Okay. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since I was maybe 14 years old.
So before it was cool to be an entrepreneur, you were an
Very
entrepreneur.
cool. Yeah. I was actually doing many things, but specifically in university, I kind of founded an event company. So we're doing kind of event gigs with musicians,
What was the name?
bands. Was Transcendental Sounds, and it was
Wow.
in Cambridge, England.
Wow.
So that was so
Cool.
fun.
I didn't know about that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Yeah.
And then I had another business, a design studio in London, which
You were based in London? You were-
Yeah, I was based in London. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And
Learning new things all the time.
Yeah,
That's
there we
great.
go.
Okay,
That's-
okay. All right.
And that business was failed miserably.
Okay.
Because I didn't really listen to advice of experts.
Every successful entrepreneur needs to have one failure.
At least one.
I have
yeah.
more than one, but everybody needs to have at least one. All right.
Yeah, a big one.
Okay.
I lost everything I had,
Oh, really?
including my hair.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when I moved back to Israel, I met a friend. Actually, I did an improv class. And in improv class, I met a friend called Oren Mashko. He was an award-winning animator,
Animator. Cool. Okay.
and he was looking for his next gig.
All right.
And at the same time, Ilya, my partner, came to Israel as well.
Okay.
So we sat together in a cafe, actually very close by to here on Hashmonaim.
All right.
We kind of realized that there is a gap in the market, that everybody needs video, and there is no decent or cost-effective way to create videos with animation studios or anything like that.
What year was this?
It was 2011.
2011. So you sat three minds. This is what I'm understanding. You sat three minds and you said, we have good brain power around this table. So that's one asset. There's a problem, a pain point that exists out there. That's another asset. Let's combine these two things and let's build something together.
Exactly.
Okay. So you came up with this idea of a platform to build animated videos at scale. Is that
Correct.
okay? Powtoon.com.
Yeah.
All right. And you then founded the company. The company basically, and I said this, I don't like saying these words because I don't feel like this is an accurate thing to say about almost any startup, but it went viral. Inherently viral.
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about it. 20 million users, 96% of Fortune 500 companies. 25 million.
Yeah, it's
I'll
growing. Every month it's growing like
25
that.
million users, 96% of Fortune 500 companies. You name it. Any enterprise you could think of. Anybody, literally, is using Powtoon. And scaling globally. Fine. Walk me through the last 2 years.
Last 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, the last 2 years.
For you, I mean, what
Actually-
you've been doing.
So in the summer last year, I moved to San Francisco.
There you go. Boom.
the tech capital of the world.
Well, come on, Tel Aviv's kind of up there, but all right, fine, I'll take it. Yeah.
All right, and yeah, of course, Tel Aviv obviously it's getting a good spot in there, but
Right.
you can't.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon
Yeah.
Valley, you've got the major league people.
Right.
Everybody you meet is like amazing entrepreneurs,
Okay,
people
so
that done things.
You relocated yourself.
Yeah.
And you built a team there that's focused more on, let's call it, sales and marketing?
Is more kind of evangelizing and creating events, getting closer to our communities.
Love it. Okay. And tell me a little bit about the activity that's going on there, because you guys are doing a lot of cool stuff over there.
Cool. So what we do there, we're doing a monthly meetup, and the meetups are around how to build videos for LinkedIn, YouTube, anything that, or internal communications, anything you need in order to make a successful, or more or less like how to create video for business success. That's the
Because
idea.
I mean, the concept is that today video is kind of the mainstream form of communication, and rightfully so, by the way. I just wrote an article about this a couple of weeks ago. What you can communicate in a video, you cannot communicate in text. You just can't. And so video is becoming more and more. There's more and more demand for video.
More demand.
And by the way, there's also more supply in terms of platforms out there. It's a very saturated market. Very few have traction like Powtoon in the, let's call it, consumer animated space. But now, tell me about this new angle that the company's taking. Not instead, but in addition to the animated side, there's also the whole enterprise and the whole. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Sure. We just in the last 6 months. We had a new plan called the enterprise plan, where first of all, if you're an enterprise, you need your security
I have to sit
and
straight,
management.
man. You sit so well. I'm sitting like slouched over. Sit straight, yes.
So security and the management, admin management is really important for the companies, specifically for big corporations.
And brand management also.
And brand management, yeah. So everything is going to be under one plan where you can manage your employees, your seats. The security is very high. It is going to sit on a private cloud where you don't, and no one can get there.
Right.
It's really secure.
Right.
And the idea behind it, all the organization can use Powtoon.
Right.
And each department has its own kind of
login.
And they
amazing.
can use the same materials. So the branding organization under one
import
place.
your logos, import your different materials.
Phones, logo, images, anything you need.
Super duper awesome. So what's next for Powtoon?
And also we added recently the capabilities that you can have a video within your Powtoon. So you can upload, for example.
Upload your own video. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking to each other. You can take this conversation and put it on Powtoon and
Right.
then animate on top of that or create any overlays you need.
Right. And also, it's important to mention, I've mentioned it many times on the vlog, but it's important to mention partnerships with the likes of Salesforce, Microsoft, Adobe, YouTube, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, it's wild. This is the last couple of months we're talking. So what's next?
What's next? Oh, so many things next. With integration, we can become open platform.
Oh yeah?
So anyone that wants to integrate with us that has an open API, we're gonna allow it to integrate.
Love it. So I'm thinking, like I always say, I like this concept. I don't know if this is the strategy of the company, but here's a kind of like a vision long term. Okay, think about this. Facebook has the like button around the internet. PayPal has the pay button around the internet. Imagine the POW button. POW it.
Wow.
Anywhere you go on the internet, boom, you like this page,
Amazing.
POW it, create a video, boom.
Yeah. And
Concept.
something new thing that's coming is the AI. So
Let's talk about IBM a little bit.
Yeah,
IBM Watson competition, baby.
Exactly. We just won. The Israeli.
The only company in Israel to make the finals of the IBM Watson competition for an AI solution in the video space. The only one in Israel.
Only one in Israel. Yeah. We're so proud of that.
Kicking serious butt.
That's amazing.
Incredible. All right, listen, man. Fantastic. I'm so happy I got you on video. You're all over the world. It's hard to catch you, but I basically twisted your arm, put a gun to your head. Sit the heck down right now. We're doing this video. But listen, it's awesome. I'm so happy we got the chance to work together. We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
You know. But it's awesome.
It's great to have you.
We're having a good time. But listen, I think there's that pow button, man. Pow all over the internet.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool idea. But anyway, we're gonna do good stuff together. Hopefully for many years to come. And one day IPO this company, rocket ship.
Just come and visit me in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a good thing you just said that. If there's an entrepreneur watching who wants to either collaborate with Powtoon or be in touch with you, maybe ask you for some advice or whatever it is, what's the best way to contact you?
Just my email, daniel@powtoon.com or via LinkedIn profile.
All right, so Daniel@powtoon.com, LinkedIn profile, Daniel
Daniel Zaturanski.
Zaturanski.
Yep, correct.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, man.
Here.
It was a super cool day at Powtoon. Unfortunately, it's ending not so great, heading now to a funeral in Jerusalem for my boy Donnie Haller, who you've met before, my best friend, his grandmother. She was an amazing woman. I knew her for a very long time, and she passed away. I think she was in her 90s. Not I think, she was in her 90s or late 90s. So they all flew in here, and the funeral's in Jerusalem, so heading there now. Sad, but they're like family. Tomorrow is going to be nuts. See you then.